Okay, it's almost 5 o'clock in the afternoon. This is almost my final, is our destination today. Actually, we have been here this afternoon, but the weather was not very fine, so we reschedule. We went to the Budayalan first, and then we come to the Great Mosque. Now, Group 4 is led by Tiara, is going to explain something about this place.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. We are SST company of Suka Jalan-Jalan Travel.
S for Senisha Putri Lubis, and you can call me Saini. S for Putri Rami, and you can call me Rami.
And T for Tiara Faira Putri Armi Sregar. I know my name is so long, but you can just call me TIA, Tia, to make it easier your life.
Okay, welcome to the last destination of this tour with us. Welcome to the last destination of this tour with us. I want to ask, how's your tour at Budayalan, guys? I hope everything is going on to be okay. And then, we have told you about our names, so don't forget that.
Okay, this time we have arrived at Great Mosque. Welcome at Great Mosque, everyone. Alhamdulillah, we can still ride here because in Medan now the weather is not stable. Sometimes it's rain, sometimes it's hot, but today the weather is so sunny. How lucky we are.
Okay, we will enter to there, but before we enter to there, make sure we have wear modest and closest clothing.
Are we in Medan? Yes! Horas, horas, ah! One more time again. Are we in Medan? Yes! Horas, horas, ah! Clap your hands, everyone, and welcome to the Great Mosque.
Okay, now the student of PBI is going to have a picture in front of the Great Mosque of Al-Mashun.
Are we in Medan? Yes! Horas, horas, ahoy! Yay! Are we in Medan? Yes! Horas, horas, ahoy! Yay!
Simran, it's a lucky day for us that we have a local tour guide at the Great Mosque, and then he will tell everything about this place. Okay, and then he said that you are the tourist from India, you know. Okay, we have Mr. Eddie to do some tour in the Great Mosque of Al-Mashun. Okay, thank you.
We've been to Masjid Lama, Gang Bangkok. Not right at the back side, but in the front side, you find a cemetery. Okay, this is like a public cemetery. Okay, this is just for the people who relative to royal family of Delhi. Yeah, in Islam, when you die, you must be buried, no cremated, no cremation, right? Yeah. And you must be buried as soon as possible, no longer than 24 hours. Okay. Anyway, you must be buried on your side, this side, you face the Mecca, right? Even though you're rich, for example, but your family have to make burial service as simple as possible. Yeah, it's about Islam, because we don't want something like, if you your family make fancy grave, sounds like discrimination with the others, right? So at the moment, Medan is the third largest city in Indonesia after Jakarta and Surabaya with 3 million population. Okay, about 80% of people are Muslim, the others Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, but we live together here. So peaceful here, right? Medan used to be Delhi. They took something from the Sultanate. Now you are at the mosque, Grand Mosque Al-Mashun. This mosque was built in the time of the 9th Sultan of Delhi, Sultan Mahmud Ar-Rashid Perkasa Alam. He was the 9th Sultan, the 9th generation, Sri Paduka. Okay, his palace is about 200 meters away. I'm sure you've been there before. You call the palace Maimun. Okay, honestly, the palace was built earlier than this mosque. In the time of the same Sultan, Sultan Mahmud Ar-Rashid Perkasa Alam. Rashid is the 9th Sultan, the 9th generation. So, at the time, they spent 3 years to build the palace from 1888 till 1891. Anyway, the palace is older than this mosque. Meanwhile, they spent 3 years to build this mosque from 1906 till 1909. You know, the architect of the palace was a Dutch military officer, Theodor van Erf. Meanwhile, the architect of this mosque was A.J. Dingeman. He's a Dutchman. Okay, he comes from Holland. You know, back to the Sultanate. I said at the time the Sultan of Delhi was Makmun al-Rashid Perkasa Alam. Before the palace was built, it was a tobacco plantation here, tobacco estates. This is one of famous tobaccos in the world, come from Delhi. I said Delhi is the old name of Medan. They took something from the tobacco plantation as a fund to, the construction of the palace and this mosque. Yeah, they built the palace as a dedication to Sultan's wife. I said at the time the Sultan was Makmun al-Rashid Perkasa Alam. His wife's name is Maimuna, but mostly people call her Maimun. That's why you call the palace Maimun. Okay. So you've been to the palace, you saw almost all the parts of the palace yellow color. Why? Basically, they come from Malays. In Indonesia, we have more than 100 tribes. Yeah. Even though I was born in Medan, but I come from Aceh tribe because my father comes from Aceh. I was born here, right? Okay. So, the current Sultan is the 14th generation. His name is Tengku Mahmud Arya Lamenjiji Perkasa Alam Shah. You know, he's 27 years old. He became Sultan when he was 7 in 2005. His father was the Sultan. His father was a military officer as well. But I don't say all the Sultan in Indonesia military officer. I think he was the only Sultan military officer. Around 2003, 2004 and 2005, Aceh was conflict area. They wanted to be independent from Indonesia. Just because he was one of Indonesian military officers. He was assigned there by Indonesian government, but he died from helicopter accident. On July 21st, 2005, he was 39 years old at the time. And before his funeral, his eldest son of 7 years old, he was crowned to be Sultan. He was enthroned to be Sultan at the palace, right? I said he's the current Sultan. Yeah. I think now he's taking master in Bandung at the ITB. He was graduated from Diponegoro University in Semarang, right? Now he takes second degrees in a master in Bandung, right? But I think the Sultan's still in Medan. I saw him here yesterday, Friday prayer, right? Okay, that's where 5 sultans were buried with their wives. That's where 5 sultans were buried with their wives. And I said this is Royal Cemetery of Delhi. Meanwhile, the 9th Sultan, I said when the palace and this mosque was built, the Sultan was Makmun al-Rashid Perkasa Alam. He was the 9th Sultan. He was buried here as well. Totally 5 sultans were buried, eh? Okay. Back to this mosque, right? Just because the architect, he comes from Holland. He took something from Moorish style, Moroccan style, to design the construction of this mosque. He got something from Moorish style. This is a symbol of Moorish style, Moroccan style. If you watch the symbol below, they look like people sitting together. In Islam, we call it jama'ah. Yeah? This mosque has 5 domes. I don't say all the mosques have 5 domes, but I think this is the only mosque has 5 domes in Medan, Kubah. They took something, we pray 5 times a day, and 5 pillars in Islam, Rukun Islam. Yeah? You've been inside, right? You see all the pillars, 8 pillars are made from Italian marble. Yeah? And then the big chandelier up there inside, and the little one came from France. Okay? You see the stained glasses there, just because most of them here, well, most of them got broken, they just to be local glass. Local glass. Originally, the glasses came from China. China? And just because most of them got broken, they changed to be local glass. You can compare here. This is the original one, came from China.
Still look different.
Yeah, different. And up there, that's the original one, the little round. And here below, this is local glass. Yeah. And you see on the wall here, they look like wallpapers. They look like a tile. Basically, this is tile, but they made from porcelain. They came from China as well. Yeah. This mosque can accommodate about 1,500 people praying here. Yeah. Why in Islam, basically, when we pray together, you see, I'm sure you know, but even though you are a Muslim, right? Men and women must be separate. In Islam, basically, when we pray together, closer is better. Can you help me, please? Just like this. Yeah. This is what relationship, this way. What relationship in Islam, okay? I don't have to show you how to pray. I'm sure you know. And then here, this mosque is open for people who are not Muslim or Muslimah, especially for foreign tourists. Honestly, I'm local guide. I'm just local guide here. Yeah? My name's Eddie. So, every day I give a tour and explanation. Yeah? I got permission from Nazir of this mosque, honestly. Yeah? I've been a guide of this mosque since 25 years ago. So, anyway, it's open for tourists and people on Masjid from 8 a.m. till 5:30 or something. Honestly, they must cover their parts of body. You know about aurat. Aurat is part of your body which anybody else cannot see. We call it aurat. Okay? They must, at the desk there, right at the gate, they must get permission first. Otherwise, I don't want to lead them here, right? Okay. I joined Indonesian Tour Guide Association as well. I'm a legal guide, honestly. My suggestion, if you're interested in becoming a guide, yeah, you should join the HPI. HPI is Himpunan Pramuwisata Indonesia. This is Indonesian Tourist Guide Association. Yeah, if you want to be a legal guide, okay. Okay, can we step in?
Yes,
please. Of this mosque, Hasan Maksum, he passed away about 100 years ago. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Please watch your step here. Some people come closer, please. Front side for men, back side for the women. I said men and women must be separate, right? Yes. In Islam, when we pray together, we led by someone, we call him Imam. Imam is the leader of prayer or the leader of Muslims' activities, right? This is where Imam, it's people praying. When we pray together, right? We call this side mihrab. Can get closer there. Everybody else stand behind. We make lines, we face to Mecca. Now you are in Medan, you are in the hometown, your hometown, and that means we face to the northwest. It's like 45 degrees from the west to the northwest, right? Okay, and for comer here to Medan, if they stay in the hotel, in most of hotel here, you see something on the ceiling of your, it looks like arrow. It's like Qiblat, right? It's like 45 degrees from the west to the northwest. We call it Qiblat. When you get to a mosque, if you have no idea where is Qiblat or Mecca, just see, the mihrab. That means direction. You don't have to ask anybody else, right? Okay. I told you before, the material of this building, all the pillars made from Italian marble. 8 pillars.
This one?
Yeah, Italian marble. And then the pulpit as well. This is usually on Friday. Someone stands here to give sermon before we take Friday prayer. This is Italian marble from Carrara, Italy. You can get closer to make it just by yourself.
There's any ornament from Chinese?
No.
Except the glass?
No, except the glass. You don't see any calligraphy here. Yeah. So.
This is almost same like my temple.
Sorry?
The architect is almost like my temple also.
Yeah.
You know my temple like Gurdwara.
Gurdwara, what is it?
It's my...
Where is it?
Dekat Sun Plaza.
Oh, and near Sri Mariamman,
yeah,
next to Sri.
That's
I passed it.
Okay.
Because sometimes, when I made a city tour to, foreigners or something, we visited Sri Mariamman as well.
Sri Mariamman.
But they always close there. It's always closed.
Yeah.
That's why you cannot visit, right?
But you can visit the beside of Sri.
At Jalan Pagaruyong.
No, it's
true.
not Pagaruyong. Beside the Sri Mariamman temple.
Okay.
This is my temple. Inside that, and every day 24 hours free food for whoever want to come.
So you have a connecting gate.
No, it's not connecting gate.
Okay.
They have a different gate.
I had no idea
Khalsa
before.
School, you know Khalsa School?
I know.
Masuk ke situ.
Through the school ground.
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea before. So, anyway, I don't have to tell you about the material here. This is symbol of Mori style, I said. And about the balcony there at the back side, that used by 2 or 3 men. We call them Bilal or Muazzin, especially on Friday. They repeat what Imam says. So I told you about the big chandelier and the little one. They were a little bit modified. They came from France. Oke, semaksimal mungkin. Bagaimana sebenarnya merasa puas ya? Oke, jadi ada 5 orang tidur di bis itu, ya. Sementara 5 menit kemudian atau 10 menit kemudian ada info yang vital harus kita sampaikan kepada tamu. Gimana caranya yang 5 ini jangan terganggu tidur, jangan melalui kita. Jadi makanya di jalan itu kita buat fresh sama tamu fresh ya. Fresh itu dengan arti kata supaya tamu itu up terus. Yang ngantuk itu nggak ngantuk lagi deh karena dengar cerita lucu dari kita, itu artinya ya. Jadi kalau dia tidur, dia kan kita layani, wajib dapat pelayanan yang maksimal dari kita ya. Kalau dia terganggu kita banguni kan terganggu dia. Supaya jangan kita banguni, jangan apa, yang terganggu itulah artinya. Itu istilahnya di storytelling ya. Technical guidingnya itu ada. Jadi kita nggak sembarangan ya. Nah, itu di HPI Pak, Himpunan Pramuwisata Indonesia. Ketua DPD HPI Sumut adalah Pak Kusendro. Nanti kalau butuh nomornya saya kasih ya. Nah, Pak Kusendro ya, udah 2 periode. Sedangkan di pusat HPI Ketua Umum Pusat adalah Bapak Imam Widodo. Bapak Imam Widodo ya. Ya, itu legal guide ya. Nah, udah cukup Pak. Written Quran. This Quran is present of Pakistan ambassador for this mosque. It's about, I heard it's more than 100 years. Meanwhile, this Quran has been about 40 years at this mosque. Before it was in Pakistan embassy in Jakarta. Anyway, this Quran came from Karachi, Pakistan. It was written there. And this Quran has Urdu interpretation. Don't ever say translation, but interpretation in English. Tafsir in Indonesian, right? Also in Arabic. You see up here on the side, they are all the Urdu interpretation. You know Urdu? The Urdu is daily language in Pakistan. Yeah. But all of them are written in Arabic character. You know, in Islam, if you are Muslim, before you read or hold the Quran, you need to make a purification or ablution to take wudu. Yeah. For the ladies, when you get your period every month, menstruation, you are not allowed to hold or read the Quran. Even you are not allowed to come to the mosque, even though you don't come here to pray, right? You can make picture of it or make a video.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Eddie.
You're
okay,
welcome.
the representative from Indonesian tour guide. Okay, and then your explanation about the Great Mosque of Al-Mashun is very comprehensive, very complete. Okay, we never know about it, but we know it from you. Okay, and then it's a great pleasure to know you, I think.
So good to know that, and thanks for coming here. I really appreciate it. I enjoy my short tour, right?
Okay, thank you
Have a
very
nice day.
much. Okay. Imran, what do you think about our trip? This is the final destination that we visited for today.
Actually, sir, I never come here before, but when I see the inside, I feel like speechless. Oh my God, so beautiful, you know. Like, it's so big.
Okay.
Like, oh my God, the actor, artist actor also like, wow, like I never see before.
Okay.
So
And then,
I think like another masjid, another mosque,
Another mosque.
another mosque. Like okay lah, simple one.
Okay.
But this mosque is like, oh, make me speechless.
Okay. And then I believe that you have learned a lot of lessons today,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, and then we met many tour guide, local tour guide, and then we can observe how they work as a local tour guide, right?
Yeah, and I see the first Quran, the biggest Quran is
Okay.
Okay, it's like, oh my god, it's Urdu, yeah, with the Urdu language.
Urdu interpretation.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, it's a great lesson today. It was very exciting trip that we had for today, and I believe it will be the greatest experience for you. Yeah. So tour guide is one of the graduate profiles that they can do after you finish. Okay.